Welcome to Silent Night Archives. Asterisk, in this quiet moment you are invited to drift gently into a peaceful evening in old Japan. A place where the rhythms of daily life slow down as the sun begins its descent. Where wooden homes breathe softly in the cooling air. And where the scent of distant incense mingles with the fading warmth of the day. Here you will walk through a world shaped by simple routines and calm traditions. A world where people move with unhurried steps and speak in gentle tones. A world where the evening is not a time of haste, but a time of settling, of returning, of softening, of preparing the mind for rest. Tonight you will wander through streets lined with wooden storefronts and paper screens. You will hear the faint rustle of fabric as shopkeepers tidy their goods. You will sense the shift in the air as lanterns glow to life. You will watch families return home and neighbors greet one another with quiet warmth. You will observe the subtle rituals that guide the transition from day to night, each one carried out with care and intention, each one offering a glimpse into the peaceful heart of Edo period life. Let your breath slow, let your thoughts soften, let your body sink into stillness, for this journey is meant to ease you into sleep, guiding you through the gentle unfolding of an evening long past. An evening filled with wooden textures, soft footsteps, distant temple bells, and the calm presence of people living simple lives. As the night deepens, you will feel yourself drifting further into quiet, until the world becomes a soft blur of lantern light and moonlit rooftops. And sleep arrives as naturally as the tide. Now we begin our walk into the evening. The sun begins its slow descent over the rooftops of old Japan, casting long golden streaks across the wooden beams and tiled eaves. The air cools gently as the warmth of the day loosens its hold, and the town begins to shift from the lively bustle of daytime to the softer rhythms of evening. Shopkeepers stand at the thresholds of their small wooden stores, watching the changing light with practiced eyes, knowing that soon it will be time to gather their goods and prepare for closing. The marketplace that only hours ago echoed with voices and footsteps now grows quieter, each sound softened by the approaching dusk. Along one narrow street, a vendor carefully folds lengths of indigo cloth, smoothing each piece with deliberate motions. The fabric carries the faint scent of dye and river water, a reminder of the long hours spent crafting it. Nearby, a woman selling small ceramic bowls arranges her remaining pieces into neat rows, each bowl reflecting the last rays of sunlight in its glazed surface. She pauses to brush away a speck of dust, her movements slow and unhurried. For the evening is not a time for haste, but a time for gentle closure. A young apprentice sweeps the wooden walkway outside his master shop. The broom bristles whispering against the planks. He works with steady strokes, gathering the dust and stray leaves that have collected throughout the day. The rhythm of his sweeping blends with the distant murmur of voices, creating a soft harmony that drifts through the street. Above him, a paper lantern hangs from a wooden beam, its surface painted with simple brushstrokes. As the light dims, the lantern begins to glow faintly, catching the apprentice's eye. He pauses for a moment to admire the warm shimmer before returning to his task. Further down the street, a fishmonger closes the lid of a wooden box filled with crushed ice. The last of his catch already sold, he wipes his hands on a cloth and leans against the doorframe, watching as the sky shifts from gold to amber. He listens to the gentle clatter of shutters being drawn, the soft thud of crates being stacked, the muted laughter of two merchants sharing a final conversation before parting ways. These sounds mark the end of the day, familiar and comforting. Woven into the fabric of life in the town, a potter steps outside his workshop. Stretching his arms after hours spent shaping clay, he gazes at the street with a quiet smile, noticing how the lanterns flicker to life one by one, their warm glow reflecting off the wooden walls. He inhales deeply, taking in the earthy scent of clay mixed with the crisp evening air. Behind him, the workshop still holds the warmth of the kiln. But he knows it is time to let the fire rest, time to let the day settle into stillness. As the sun sinks lower, the shadows lengthen, creating soft patterns across the ground. A group of children wander past, their voices hushed now, their energy mellowed by the fading light. They carry small wooden toys tucked under their arms, treasures from a day of play. One child pauses to watch a lantern sway gently in the breeze, the glow reflecting in their eyes, the moment quiet and tender. Soon the children will return home, but for now, they linger in the gentle transition between day and night. A traveling peddler adjusts the straps of his pack, preparing to find a place to rest. He has spent the day offering small trinkets and handmade goods. And now he walks slowly through the street, nodding politely to the shopkeepers as they close their doors. He feels the calm of the evening settle around him, a welcome contrast to the lively exchanges of the day. He listens to the soft creak of wooden hinges, the rustle of fabric, the distant call of a bird settling into its nest. Each sound blending into a soothing tapestry. The lanterns now glow fully, casting warm pools of light onto the wooden walkways, their gentle illumination guiding the remaining townsfolk as they finish their tasks. A man carrying a bundle of straw walks past, his footsteps steady and measured. He nods to a neighbor who is tying a rope around a stack of crates. Their brief exchange is quiet, marked by simple gestures rather than words. For the evening encourages silence, encourages reflection, encourages a slower pace. In a small corner of the town, an elderly woman closes the shutters of her herb shop, the interior filled with the faint aroma of dried leaves and roots. She ties a cloth around her shoulders and steps outside, pausing to look at the lanterns glowing along the street. She has seen countless evenings like this, each one carrying its own gentle beauty. She begins her walk home, her steps soft, her presence calm, blending seamlessly into the peaceful rhythm of the night. The sky deepens into a soft indigo, and the first stars appear, faint and delicate. The town now rests in a gentle glow, the lanterns flickering softly, the wooden structures breathing quietly in the cool air. The sounds of the day have faded, replaced by the subtle murmurs of evening. A distant temple bell rings, its tone low and soothing, drifting across the rooftops like a soft wave, marking the final transition from day to night. The evening has arrived fully now, and the town settles into its quiet embrace. Each person moving with gentle purpose, each lantern glowing with warm light, each wooden wall reflecting the calm of the hour. The world softens, the air cools, and the peaceful night begins its slow unfolding. The evening deepens further as the last traces of sunlight fade from the sky, leaving behind a gentle indigo glow that settles over the rooftops like a soft blanket. The lanterns now shine more brightly, their warm light reflecting off the polished wooden beams and illuminating the narrow paths that wind through the town. A quiet calm spreads through every corner, touching each home, each shop, each walkway with a sense of peaceful closure. The day has fully exhaled, and the night begins to breathe in. A man carrying a small wooden tray steps out of a weaving shop, his shins rough from hours spent working with thread and loom. He pauses to look at lanterns swaying gently in the evening breeze. Their movements slow and rhythmic. He feels the cool air brush against his face, carrying with it the faint scent of river water drifting from somewhere beyond the houses. He takes a moment to stretch his back, feeling the tension of the day melt away as the quiet of the night settles around him. Nearby, a young woman closes the sliding wooden door of her family's small dye workshop, her sleeves still marked with traces of color from the fabrics she handled throughout the day. She steps outside and watches the lantern light shimmer across the street, creating soft patterns on the ground. She listens to the distant murmur of voices fading into silence. The gentle creak of a signboard shifting in the wind, the faint rustle of leaves overhead, each sound blending into a soothing chorus that signals the arrival of true evening. A final merchant walks slowly down the path, his footsteps steady, his posture relaxed. He carries no goods now, only the calm satisfaction of a day completed. He nods to the lanterns as though greeting old friends, and the warm glow reflects softly in his eyes, guiding him toward home as the night settles fully over the quiet town. Asterisk. As families begin to return home, the quiet streets of old Japan shift gently into a softer rhythm. Footsteps grow slower and more deliberate as people leave behind the tasks of the day and step toward the warmth of their homes. The evening air carries a faint coolness now, brushing lightly against sleeves and hair, guiding each person toward rest. Wooden doors slide open with gentle murmurs as households welcome their members back inside. The transition from public life to private comfort unfolding with calm familiarity. A father arrives at his home, carrying a small bundle wrapped in cloth. Inside are simple vegetables purchased from a vendor just before closing. He steps onto the wooden threshold and pauses, removing his sandals with practiced ease, placing them neatly beside the entrance. The tatami mats inside breathe a faint grassy scent. Warm and inviting after a long day, he bows his head slightly as he enters, acknowledging the quiet space that holds his family's evening routines. In a nearby home, a mother kneels beside a low hearth, preparing rice for the evening meal. She rinses the grains in a wooden bowl, the water swirling softly as she moves her hands in slow circles. The sound is gentle, rhythmic, blending with the faint crackle of the fire beneath the pot. She adds a few slices of root vegetables, their earthy aroma rising into the air, filling the room with a comforting warmth. Her children sit nearby, watching her movements with sleepy eyes, their energy softened by the fading light. Neighbors greet one another outside their homes, their voices low and warm. A man carrying a small basket of mushrooms nods to an elderly woman sweeping her doorstep. She smiles softly and lifts her broom in a quiet gesture of acknowledgement. The breeze carries the faint scent of cooking rice and simmering miso from several homes, creating a tapestry of familiar fragrances that drift through the narrow lanes, each scent marking the presence of families settling into their evening rituals. Inside another home, a young couple arranges cushions around a low table. Preparing for their simple meal, the man places a small ceramic teapot near the center, its surface still warm from earlier use. The woman sets out bowls of pickled vegetables, each dish arranged with care. They move slowly, speaking in gentle tones, their conversation drifting like soft threads through the room. The paper screens glow faintly as lantern light filters through from outside, casting warm patterns across the tatami floor. Children return from their play, their wooden toys tucked under their arms. They remove their sandals at the entrance, placing them beside the others in neat rows. Inside they settle onto the floor, their voices hushed now, their excitement mellowed by the calm of the evening. One child helps set the table, placing chopsticks carefully beside each bowl. Another stirs a small pot of soup under the watchful eye of a parent, their movements slow and deliberate. Learning the gentle rhythms of household life, a grandmother sits near a window, her hands busy weaving a small basket from thin strips of bamboo. She works with steady patience, the fibers bending softly beneath her fingers. She pauses occasionally to listen to the sounds of the home around her, the bubbling of a pot, the soft laughter of children, the quiet murmur of adults speaking, each sound blending into a peaceful harmony that fills the evening with warmth. Outside, the lanterns sway gently, their glow reflecting in her calm eyes. In a home near the edge of town, a young apprentice returns from his master's workshop, his hands still faintly stained with ink from the scrolls he helped prepare. He steps inside and removes his sandals, feeling the cool tatami beneath his feet. His mother greets him with a soft smile and hands him a small bowl of warm broth. He sits beside his younger siblings, listening to their stories from the day. The room filled with gentle chatter, the kind that eases the mind and prepares the body for rest. A pot of miso soup simmers in another household, the aroma rising in slow curls, blending with the faint scent of cedar from the wooden beams overhead. A father stirs the pot with a wooden ladle, tasting it carefully before adding a handful of greens. His wife arranges small dishes of tofu and vegetables on the table, their movements synchronized from years of shared routines. They speak quietly, their voices soft and steady, the lantern light casting warm reflections across their faces. Outside the homes, the streets grow quieter still. The last few families make their way back, carrying small bundles of food or tools from the day's work. They greet one another with gentle nods, their footsteps soft against the wooden walkways. The lanterns glow steadily now, guiding them toward their doors. The evening settling deeper with each passing moment. The town becoming a tapestry of warm interiors and calm voices. Each home a small world of comfort and routine. Inside a modest home, a young boy helps his father grind sesame seeds in a small mortar. The rhythmic motion creates a soft scraping sound, blending with the bubbling of a pot nearby. The boy watches the seeds turn into a fragrant paste, his father guiding his hands with patient movements. The mother sets out bowls of rice, their surfaces steaming gently. She arranges pickled radish slices beside each bowl, the bright colors contrasting with the warm tones of the wooden table. The family gathers, their voices low, their presence calm. In another home near the center of town, a mother lights a small oil lamp, its glow spreading gently across the room. She adjusts the wick with careful fingers, ensuring the flame remains steady and soft. Her husband enters moments later, removing his sandals and placing them neatly beside the door. He carries a small wooden box filled with dried fish, a simple ingredient for their evening meal. He sets it down beside the hearth and kneels to help prepare the food, their movements quiet and harmonious, shaped by years of shared routines that bring comfort to the evening hours. A young girl sits beside her grandmother, watching her slice thin pieces of daikon radish, the knife gliding smoothly across the wooden board. Each slice falling with a soft tap, the girl inhales the crisp scent of the radish. Feeling the calm of the moment settle around her, she helps arrange the slices in a small ceramic bowl, her hands careful and deliberate. Learning the gentle art of preparing food with respect and patience, her grandmother smiles softly, her eyes reflecting the warm glow of the lamp as she guides the girl's hands. Outside, a man carrying a bundle of firewood walks slowly toward his home, the weight balanced across his shoulders. He pauses to greet a neighbor who is tending to a small potted plant near her doorway. She gently brushes soil from her fingers and nods warmly. The two exchange a few quiet words, their voices blending with the soft rustle of leaves overhead. The lanterns sway gently in the evening breeze, casting shifting patterns of light across wooden walkways. The town settling deeper into its nightly calm. Inside a modest home, a mother stirs a pot of barley porridge. The thick mixture bubbling softly, she adds a handful of dried herbs, their aroma rising into the air, filling the room with a soothing fragrance. Her husband arranges small dishes of pickled greens and tofu on the table, their colors muted yet comforting. The children sit nearby, their eyes heavy with the slow onset of sleep. They listen to the gentle sounds of cooking, the bubbling of the pot, the soft clink of ceramic bowls, each sound weaving a sense of warmth and safety through the room. A young apprentice in another household helps his mother prepare noodles for the evening meal. He kneads the dough with steady hands, pressing and folding it with practiced motions, the dough soft and pliable beneath his fingers. His mother watches with quiet pride, offering guidance when needed. Together, they roll the dough into thin strands, laying them neatly on a wooden board. The lantern light reflects softly off the pale noodles, creating a gentle shimmer that fills the room with a sense of calm accomplishment. In a home near the river, an elderly couple sits at a low table, sharing a simple meal of rice and simmered vegetables. They speak in soft tones, their voices carrying the warmth of decades spent together. The man pours a small cup of warm tea for his wife, the steam rising gently into the air. She smiles and thanks him with a quiet nod. Outside, the faint sound of flowing water drifts through the open window, blending with the soft glow of lantern light, creating a peaceful harmony that fills their home with serenity. A mother calls her children to the table, her voice gentle and warm. They gather around, settling onto cushions placed neatly on the tatami floor. The father sets out a small dish of sesame paste, its rich aroma blending with the scent of freshly cooked rice. The children begin to eat, their movements slow and content. The mother watches them with a calm smile, feeling the quiet joy of the evening settle around her. The lantern light casts soft shadows across the room, creating an atmosphere of deep comfort. Outside the homes, the streets have grown nearly silent. Only the faint murmur of distant voices remains. Carried gently by the breeze, a man closes the wooden shutters of his home. Securing them with a simple latch, he pauses to look at the lanterns glowing along the street, their warm light guiding the last few families inside. He inhales the cool evening air, feeling the calm of night settle into his bones. He steps inside, sliding the door closed behind him, leaving the street to its quiet rest. Inside another home, a young woman arranges bowls of rice and miso soup on the table. Her movements graceful and unhurried. She lights a small incense stick, its fragrance rising in delicate curls, filling the room with a soothing scent. Her parents enter moments later, removing their sandals and greeting her with soft smiles. They sit together, sharing the meal in peaceful silence, the warmth of the food easing the weariness of the day, the lantern light reflecting gently off the wooden beams overhead. A father sits with his son near the hearth, teaching him how to slice vegetables with careful precision. The boy holds the knife with both hands, his movements slow and deliberate. The father guides him with patient words, offering gentle corrections. The boy smiles as he succeeds in making even slices. The father nods proudly, the moment filled with quiet connection, the kind that strengthens the bonds of family during the calm hours of evening. The town now rests in a gentle hush, each home glowing softly from within. Each family gathered around their evening meal, each voice lowered to a peaceful murmur. The lanterns sway lightly in the breeze, their warm light reflecting off the wooden walls, the air filled with the scents of rice, miso, simmered vegetables, and faint incense. The world softened by the calm of night, the transition from day to evening complete, and the quiet heart of Edo life reveled in every small, tender moment. As the evening settles more deeply over the town, the gentle rituals of night begin to unfold within each home. The warm glow of lanterns softens the edges of every room, casting delicate patterns across tatami mats and wooden beams. Families gather around low tables where simple meals have just finished, and the quiet transition from eating to resting begins with the familiar sound of ceramic cups being placed gently on smooth wooden surfaces. The air carries a faint sweetness from freshly brewed tea, drifting softly through open doorways and sliding paper screens. In one home, a mother prepares a small pot of green tea, her movements slow and graceful. She lifts the lid with careful hands, releasing a gentle wave of steam that rises like a soft cloud. The aroma fills the room with a calming presence. She pours the tea into small cups, each one crafted with subtle patterns that catch the lantern light. Her children sit nearby, their voices hushed now, their energy softened by the quiet of the evening. They watch the steam curl upward, mesmerized by its delicate dance. The mother hands each child a cup, encouraging them to sip slowly and let the warmth settle into their bodies. A father slides closed the paper door, leading to the outer walkway. The shoji panels glow faintly as lantern light filters through, creating a soft barrier between the calm interior and the fading sounds of the street. He paused for a moment, feeling the coolness of the paper beneath his fingertips, appreciating the gentle separation it provides. Inside the home, the atmosphere becomes more intimate. More still, the outside world fading into a distant murmur, replaced by the quiet presence of family gathered together. In another home, a young girl finishes arranging her small wooden toys, placing them neatly in a corner beside a woven basket. She glances toward the open window where the last traces of daylight linger. The sky shifting into deeper shades of blue, she hears the faint laughter of children outside, their play winding down as the evening grows quieter. She slides the window closed, the wooden frame moving with a soft whisper, sealing the room in a gentle cocoon of warmth and calm. She joins her parents at the low table, her hands wrapped around a warm cup of tea, her eyes growing heavy with the slow approach of sleep. Outside the homes, the streets have softened into near silence. The lively sounds of daytime, replaced by the gentle murmur of distant footsteps and the occasional rustle of fabric as someone closes a door. Lanterns sway light-lined the evening breeze, their glow reflecting off the wooden walkways, creating small pools of warm light that guide the last few townsfolk returning home. Thea carries the faint scent of tea leaves and simmered vegetables drifting from open windows, blending into a soothing tapestry that wraps the town in calm. Inside a modest home, a grandmother sits beside a low table, her hands wrapped around a warm cup of tea. She inhales the gentle aroma, letting it settle into her chest. She watches her grandchildren finish their quiet play, one child stacking small wooden blocks, another arranging tiny ceramic animals in a neat row, their movements slow and thoughtful, shaped by the peaceful rhythm of the evening. The grandmother smiles softly, feeling the warmth of the moment settle around her like a soft blanket, the lantern light reflecting gently in her eyes. A young apprentice returns from the outer walkway, sliding the paper door closed behind him. He carries a small tray with teacups he has just washed, placing them carefully beside the hearth. His mother nods in quiet approval, her hands busy folding a cloth used during the meal. The apprentice sits beside his younger siblings. Accepting a warm cup of tea from his father, he sips slowly, feeling the warmth spread through his tired hands. The calm of the evening easing the weariness of the day's work. The room glows softly, the lantern light creating gentle shadows that sway across the tatami floor. In a home near the river, a family gathers around a low table. The father pours tea into small cups, the steam rising in delicate curls. The mother slides the paper door closed, shutting out the faint sound of flowing water. The children settle onto cushions, their voices quiet, their movements slow. They sip their tea with small, careful motions, savoring the warmth, the calm, the gentle sweetness. The lantern light reflects off the surface of the tea, creating tiny shimmering patterns that dance with each movement of the cup. The family breathes in unison, their presence calm and connected. A young boy finishes his evening chores, placing his wooden broom beside the door. He steps inside and slides the paper screen closed, the soft click off the wooden frame marking the end of his tasks. His mother hands him a cup of warm tea. He holds it with both hands, feeling the heat seep into his palms. Hesitates beside his father, who is quietly arranging scrolls on a low shelf. The boy watches the careful movements, the gentle placement of each scroll, the quiet respect shown to the written words. The room feels still safe, wrapped in the soft glow of lantern light. Outside the homes, the last children finish their play, their wooden toys tucked under their arms. They walk slowly toward their doors, their voices low, their laughter softened. They remove their sandals and step inside, sliding thepaper doors closed behind them. The street grows quieter still, the lanterns weighing gently, their glow reflecting off the wooden beams overhead, the air cool and calm. The world settling into a deepening hush that marks the true arrival of night. Inside a small home, a mother places a teapot on a wooden tray, carrying it to the low table where her family waits. She pours tea for each person, her movements steady and graceful. The father slides the paper door closed, shutting out the faint murmur of the street. The children sit quietly, sipping their tea, their eyes growing heavy. The lantern light casts soft shadows across the room, creating an atmosphere of deep comfort. The family speaks in gentle tones, their voices blending into a soothing harmony that fills the space with warmth. In another home, a young woman finishes sweeping the tatami floor, her broom moving in slow, deliberate strokes. She places the broom beside the door and slides the paper screen closed. Sealing the room in a gentle stillness, she sits beside her parents at the low table. Accepting a cup of warm tea, she inhales the calming aroma. Feeling the tension of the day melt away, the lantern light flickers softly, casting warm patterns across the wooden beams. The room feels peaceful, safe, wrapped in the quiet embrace of evening. The town now rests in near silence, each home glowing softly from within. Each family gathered around warm tea, each paper door closed to the cool night air. The sounds of the day have faded completely, replaced by the gentle murmur of quiet voices, the soft clink of ceramic cups, the faint rustle of fabric. The lanterns sway lightly, their glow steady and warm, the world softened by the calm of night. The transition from evening to true quiet unfolding with tender grace. The heart of Edo life revealed in every small, gentle moment. As the evening deepens across the town, the final rhythms of work begin to slow. Craftsmen finish their tasks with steady hands. Fishermen return from the river with quiet satisfaction. Merchants count their coins in the fading lantern light, and the last customers drift gently into the night, the world shifting from the industrious hum of late day to the soft calm of approaching rest. Each person moving with deliberate care as they bring their work to a close. In a small woodworking shop, a craftsman wipes his hands on a cloth, the scent of fresh shavings lingering in the air. He examines a wooden ladle he has spent the afternoon shaping, running his fingers along the smooth curve, feeling the warmth of the wood beneath his touch. He places it gently on a shelf beside other finished pieces, each one crafted with quiet dedication. He sweeps the floor with slow strokes, gathering the thin curls of wood they have collected throughout the day. The broom whispers across the planks, blending with the distant murmur of evening voices drifting through the street. Nearby, a potter finishes glazing a set of small bowls, their surface simmering faintly in the lantern light. He sets them carefully beside Theko, which still holds a gentle warmth from earlier firing. He closes the kiln door with a soft thud, the sound marking the end of his work. He stretches his back and steps outside, inhaling the cool evening air, the sky deepening into shades of indigo. He watches the lanterns sway gently, their glow reflecting the wooden beams of nearby shops. He feels the calm of the hour settle into his bones, a welcome contrast to the focused energy of the day. Along the riverbank, fishermen return from the water, their boats gliding softly toward the shore. The river carries a faint shimmer of lantern light across its surface, the gentle ripples moving like slow breaths. One fisherman steps onto the wooden dock, lifting a small basket filled with the day's catch. He walks with steady steps toward his home, pausing to greet another fisherman while he's securing his boat with a rope. Their voices low and warm, shaped by years of shared routines on the water. The scent of river reeds and cool evening air surrounds them, blending into a soothing harmony that marks the end of their labor. A young fisherman carries a net over his shoulder, the woven fiber still damp. He pauses to rinse it in a shallow basin near the dock, the water splashing softly as he moves the net through it. He hangs it on a wooden post to dry, the net swaying gently in the breeze. He wipes his hands and looks toward the town, the lanterns glowing softly along the walkways, guiding him toward home. He feels a quiet satisfaction in the day's work, knowing that tomorrow will bring new tasks, new rhythms, new moments of calm on the river. In the marketplace, merchants begin to count their coins, the soft clink of metal echoing faintly through the stalls. A cloth merchant sits cross-legged beside his goods, sorting coins into small piles, his fingers moving with practiced ease. He glances occasionally at the lantern hanging above him, its warm glow illuminating the fabric rolls stacked neatly behind him. He ties a rope around the bundles, securing them for the night. He closes the wooden shutters of his stall, the gentle creak of the hinges blending with the fading sounds of the street. A spice merchant arranges small wooden boxes filled with dried herbs, closing each lid with careful motions. The faint aroma of cinnamon and dried citrus drifts into the air. She counts her coins with quiet focus, placing them into a small pouch she ties around her waist. She looks out at the nearly empty marketplace, the lanterns casting long shadows across the ground. She feels the calm of the evening settle around her, a gentle reminder that the day's work is complete. She bows her head slightly in gratitude before sliding the door of her stall closed. The last customers wander through the marketplace, their footsteps soft, their voices low. A man carrying a small bundle of rice pauses to speak with Avendor, who is packing away his goods. Their conversation brief and warm, marked by simple gestures and shared familiarity. The customer continues down Thepeth, the lantern light guiding his way. He passes a woman who has just purchased a small ceramic cup. She holds it carefully in both hands, admiring the delicate pattern painted along its rim. She walks slowly toward her home, the evening air cool against her cheeks, the world around her settling into gentle stillness. A young apprentice helps his master close their shop. Stacking wooden crates beside the door, he ties them with rope, ensuring they remain secure throughout the night. His master counts the day's earnings, placing the coins into a small wooden box. He nods approvingly at the apprentice's work, the lantern above them flickering softly, casting warm light across the shop's wooden walls. The apprentice feels a quiet pride in the day's efforts, knowing he has contributed to the smooth rhythm of the household's livelihood. In a small metalworking shop, a craftsman places his tools onto a wooden shelf, each one arranged with careful precision. He wipes the surface of his workbench, removing the fine dust of metal filings. The lantern beside him glows steadily, illuminating the polished surfaces of the tools. He closes the door of the shop, sliding it gently into place. He steps outside and listens to the soft hush of the evening, the distant murmur of families settling into their homes, the faint rustle of leaves overhead, the world shifting into a deeper calm. The streets grow quieter as the last workers finish their tasks. The lanterns sway gently in the breeze, their warm glow reflecting off the wooden walkways. The air carries the faint scent of river water, wood shavings, street herbs, and simmered evening meals drifting from nearby homes. The town settles into a peaceful hush, the final threads of daytime weaving seamlessly into the soft fabric of night. Each person moving with gentle purpose, each shop closing with quiet care, each lantern glowing with steady warmth, marking the slow and tender transition into evening's embrace. As the evening settles even deeper across the town, the final traces of work fade gently into the quiet of night. The craftsmen who lingered in their workshops now step outside, sliding their doors closed with soft motions, the lanterns above them casting warm light across their tired faces. A woodcarver locks away his tools, placing each chisel and plane in its proper place. He runs his hand along the smooth surface of a newly finished tray, feeling the gentle curve beneath his fingertips. He nods with quiet satisfaction before stepping into the calm evening air. His footsteps slow and steady as he begins his walk home. Along the river, the last fishermen finish securing their boats. Tying ropes with practiced motions, the water reflects the lantern light in soft ripples, moving like slow breaths across the surface. One fisherman lifts Asmal's basket of leftover bait and rinses it in the river, the water cool against his hands. He empties the basin and places it upside down on the dock, leaving it to dry overnight. He looks toward the town where lanterns glow warmly along the walkways. Guiding him toward home, he breathes deeply, letting the calm of the evening settle into his chest, the river behind him whispering its gentle farewell to the day. In the marketplace, a merchant finishes counting his coins, placing them into a small wooden box lined with cloth. He ties the box shut with a thin rope, securing it for the night. He folds a piece of fabric over his remaining goods, protecting them from the cool air. He glances around the nearly empty stalls, the lanterns flickering softly, casting long shadows across the ground. He feels the quiet satisfaction of a day completed. He slides the door of his still closed, the gentle creak of the hinges blending with the fading sounds off the street. He bows his head slightly before turning toward home. A woman selling dried herbs closes the lids of her wooden boxes, each own filled with fragrant leaves gathered earlier in the season. She arranges them neatly on a shelf, her movements slow and deliberate. She counts her coins with careful fingers. Placing them into a small pouch, she ties around her waist. She steps outside and looks at the lanterns glowing along the walkway, their warm light reflecting off the wooden beams of nearby shops. She feels the calm of the evening settle around her. She begins her walk home, her footsteps soft, her presence blending into the gentle hush of night. The last customers drift quietly through the marketplace, their bundles small, their voices low. A man carrying a woven basket of vegetables walks slowly toward his home, pausing to admire the lanterns swaying gently in the breeze. Their glow warm and steady, he nods to a merchant who is closing his stall. Their exchange brief and warm, marked by simple gestures rather than words. The man continues down the path, the cool evening air brushing lightly against his sleeves, the world around him settling into deeper stillness. A young apprentice finishes stacking crates beside his master's shop, tying them securely with rope. He wipes his hands on a cloth and steps inside Edo, help close the shutters. The lantern above them flickers softly, casting warm patterns across the wooden walls. The master counts the day's earnings, placing the coins into a small box. He nods approvingly at the apprentice work. The apprentice feels a quiet pride in the day's efforts, knowing he has contributed to the smooth rhythm of the household's livelihood. He slides the door closed, sealing the shop in gentle darkness. The streets now rest in near silence, the lanterns glowing steadily, their warm light reflecting off the wooden walkways. The air filled with faint traces of river water, wood shavings, dried herbs, and simmered evening meals drifting from nearby homes. As the night settles fully over the town, the lanterns glow with a deeper warmth, their gentle light spreading across wooden beams and paper screens. The world softens into a quiet hush, each home wrapped in its own slow rhythm, each family moving through the final moments before rest. The air carries a coolness now, drifting softly through narrow lanes and brushing lightly against rooftops, guiding the town toward stillness, toward the calm embrace of night. The sounds of the day have faded completely, replaced by the soft murmur of distant voices and the faint rustle of leaves overhead. The evening deepening into a peaceful quiet that settles across every corner of the town. Inside one home, a mother folds a cloth used during the evening meal. Her movements slow and deliberate. She places it neatly beside a small wooden chest. The lantern beside her flickering gently, casting warm patterns across the tiny floor. Her children sit nearby, their voices hushed. Their eyes sheavy with sleep, they watch her with quiet admiration. Sensing the calm that fills the room, the gentle rhythm of her motions easing their minds. Preparing them for the softness of night, the mother glances toward the paper screen that separates the room from the walkway. Noticing the faint glow of lantern light filtering through, she breathes deeply, letting the quiet settle around her like a soft blanket. A father sits near the hearth, adding a small piece of wood to the embers. The glow brightens for a moment before settling into a steady warmth. He watches the flames with thoughtful eyes, feeling the quiet of the evening settle into his chest. He listens to the faint sounds drifting through the home. The soft rustle of fabric, the gentle clink of ceramic cups being placed on a shelf, the distant murmur of neighbors finishing their own night-alive routines. Each sound blending into a soothing harmony that marks the peaceful heart of Edo life. He leans back slightly, letting the warmth of the heart ease the weariness of the day. His breath slow and steady, his presence calm. In another home, a young woman brushes her hair with slow, steady strokes, the wooden comb gliding smoothly through each strand. She sits near a lantern, its glow reflecting softly in her eyes. She breathes deeply, letting the calm of the evening settle around her. She places the comb beside a smell-lacquered box and slides the paper screen closed, sealing the room in gentle stillness. She lies down on a cushion, her body sinking into its softness. Herman drifting toward rest, the lantern light flickering softly as she closes her eyes. The quiet of the room wrapping around her like a gentle embrace, guiding her toward sleep. Outside the homes, the streets have grown nearly silent. Only the faintest sounds remain, the soft creak of a wooden sign shifting in the breeze, the distant call of a night bird settling into its nest, the gentle rustle of leaves overhead. The lanterns sway lightly, their glow steady and warm, casting long shadows across the walkways, the air cool and crisp, carrying the faint scent of river water and simmered evening meals. The world softened into a deep hush, the town resting in the quiet embrace of night, the lanterns glowing like small islands of warmth in the gentle darkness. A craftsman steps outside his workshop, sliding the door closed behind him. He pauses to look at the lanterns glowing along the street, their warm light reflecting off the wooden beams of nearby homes. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the hour settle into his bones. He begins his walk home, his footsteps slow and steady, the cool air brushing lightly against his leaves. He passes a neighbor who is closing her shutters, their exchange brief and warm, marked by simple gestures rather than words. The craftsman continues down the path, the lanterns guiding his way through the gentle darkness. The world around him quiet and still. Along the river, a fisherman stands beside his home, rinsing a small wooden bowl in a basin of cool water. He places the bowl on a shelf near the door and steps inside, sliding the paper screen closed. The faint sound of flowing water drifting through the walls, he sits beside his family. Accepting a warm cup of tea from his wife, he sips slowly, feeling the warmth spread through his tired hands. The lantern light casts soft shadows across the room, creating an atmosphere of deep comfort. The fisherman leans back slightly, letting the calm of the evening ease the weariness of the day. His breath slow and steady, his presence peaceful. In a home near the marketplace, a grandmother sits with her grandchildren, telling them a quiet story from her youth. Her voice soft and steady, shaped by years of gentle wisdom. The children listen with sleepy eyes, their bodies relaxed. their minds drifting toward dreams. The lantern beside them flickers softly, casting warm patterns across the tatami floor. Their grandmother pauses occasionally, letting the silence settle around them. The calm of the evening filling the room with a sense of deep peace. She finishes the story with a gentle smile, her grandchildren resting their heads on cushions, their breaths slow and steady, the lantern light shimmering softly across their faces. A young apprentice finishes sweeping the walkway outside his home. The broom bristles whispering against the wooden planks. He places the broom as a death door and steps inside. Sliding the paper screen closed, he sits beside his siblings, accepting a small cup of warm broth from his mother. He sips slowly, feeling the warmth settle into his chest. The lantern light flickers softly, casting gentle shadows across the room. He listens to the quiet conversation of his parents, their voices low and warm, the calm of the evening easing his tired mind. Preparing him for rest, he leans back slightly, letting the softness of the moment settle around him. In another home, a father arranges small cushions near the hearth, placing each one with careful precision. He lights a small incense stick, its fragrance rising in delicate curls, filling the room with a soothing scent. His wife sits beside him, her hands folded gently in her lap. Their children settle onto the cushions, their bodies relaxed, their eyes heavy. The lantern light reflects softly off the wooden beams overhead, creating a warm glow that fills the room with comfort. The family breathes in unison, their presence calm and connected. The world outside fading into gentle silence, the night embracing them with quiet grace. Outside the homes, the lanterns sway gently in the breeze, their glow steady and warm, casting soft patterns across the wooden walkways, the air cool and crisp, carrying the faint scent of night blossoms drifting from nearby gardens. The world softened into deep stillness, each home wrapped in its own quiet rhythm, each family moving slowly toward rest. The final threads of evening weaving seamlessly into the soft fabric of night. The heart of Edo life reveled in every small, tender moment, the town resting peacefully beneath the gentle glow of lantern light, the night embracing all with calm and quiet grace. Inside a modest home, a mother places a folded blanket beside her sleeping child, adjusting it gently to ensure warmth through the night. Catches the child's slow breathing, the rise and fall of the chest steady and peaceful. She sits beside the cushion for a moment, letting the quiet of the room settle around her, the lantern light flickering softly, casting warm shadows across the tatami floor. She breathes deeply, feeling the calm of evening settle into her bones. She rises slowly, moving with quiet grace toward the paper screen, sliding it closed with a soft whisper. A father sits near the window, looking out at the lanterns glowing along the street, their warm light reflecting off the wooden beams of nearby homes. He listens to the faint sounds drifting through the night, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of neighbors finishing their nightly routines, the gentle creak of a wooden sign shifting in the breeze. He breathes deeply, letting the calm of the hour settle into his chest. He turns toward the room, noticing the soft glow of the lantern beside the hearth. He sits beside it, his presence quiet and steady. The world around him softened into peaceful stillness. The town now rests in complete hush, each home glowing softly from within, each family wrapped in the gentle rhythms of night, each lantern shining with steady warmth, the air cool and crisp, carrying the faint scent of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into deep stillness, the heart of Edo life revealed in every small tender moment, the night embristled with calm and quiet grace, the town resting peacefully beneath the gentle glow of lantern light, the quiet of evening settling into every corner, guiding each person toward rest, toward dreams, toward the soft unfolding of sleep. As the night deepens across the town, The lanterns glow with a steady warmth, their gentle light spreading across wooden beams and paper screens. The world has softened into a quiet hush, each home wrapped in its own slow rhythm. Each family moving through the final moments before sleep. The air carries a coolness now, drifting softly through narrow lanes and brushing lightly against rooftops, guiding the town toward deeper stillness, toward the calm embrace of night. The sounds of the day have faded completely, replaced by the soft murmur of distant voices and the faint rustle of leaves overhead. The evening settling into a peaceful quiet that touches every corner of the town. Inside one home, a mother places a folded blanket beside her sleeping child, adjusting it gently to ensure warmth through the night. She watches the child's slow breathing, the rise and fall of the chest steady and peaceful. She sits beside the cushion for a moment, letting the quiet of the room settle around her, the lantern light flickering softly. Casting warm shadows across the tatami floor, she breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the evening settling into her bones. She rises slowly, moving with quiet grace toward the paper screen, sliding it closed with a soft whisper. Sealing the room in gentle stillness, a father sits near the window, looking out at the lanterns glowing along the street, their warm light reflecting off the wooden beams of nearby homes. He listens to the faint sounds drifting through the night, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of neighbors finishing their nightly routines, the gentle creak of a wooden sign shifting in the breeze. He breathes deeply, letting the calm of the hour settle into his chest. He turns toward the room, noticing the soft glow of the lantern beside the hearth. He sits beside it, his presence quiet and steady, the world around him soft into peaceful stillness, the night embracing him with gentle calm. In another home, a young woman finishes arranging her bedding, smoothing the fabric with slow, steady motions. She sits beside a lantern, its glow reflecting softly in her eyes. She breathes deeply, letting the calm of evening settle around her. She slides the paper screen closed. Sealing the room in gentle silence, she lies down on the cushion, her body sinking into its softness, her mind drifting toward rest. The lantern light flickering softly as closes her eyes, the quiet of the room wrapping around her like a gentle embrace, guiding her toward sleep, her breath slow and steady. Outside the homes, the streets have grown nearly silent. Only faintest sounds remain, the soft creak of a wooden sign shifting in the breeze, the distant call of a night bird settling into its nest, the gentle rustle of leaves overhead. The lanterns sway lightly, their glow steady and warm, casting long shadows across the walkways, the air cool and crisp, carrying the faint scent of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into a deep hush, the town resting in the quiet embrace of night, the lanterns glowing like smallest lens of warmth in the gentle darkness, guiding the last few wanderers toward home. A craftsman steps outside his workshop, sliding the door closed behind him. He pauses to look at the lanterns glowing along the street, their warm light reflecting off the wooden beams of nearby homes. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the hour settle into his bones. He begins his walk home, his footsteps slow and steady, the cool air brushing lightly against his leaves. He passes a neighbor who is closing her shutters, their exchange brief and warm, marked by simple gestures rather than words. The craftsman continues down the path, the lanterns guiding his way through the gentle darkness. The world around him quiet and still, the night embracing him with soft calm. Along the river, a fisherman stands beside his home, rinsing a small wooden bowl in a basin of cool water. He places the bowl on a shelf near the door and steps inside, sliding the paper screen closed, the faint sound of flowing water drifting through the walls. He sits beside his family, accepting a warm cup of tea. He sips slowly, feeling the warmth spread through his tired hands. The lantern light casts soft shadows across the room, creating an atmosphere of deep comfort. The fisherman leans back slightly, letting the calm of the evening ease the weariness of the day. His breath slow and steady, his presence peaceful. The night settling gently around him. In a home near the marketplace, a grandmother sits with her grandchildren, telling them a quiet story from her youth. Her voice soft and steady, shaped by years of gentle wisdom. The children listen with sleepy eyes, their bodies relaxed, their minds drifting toward dreams. The lantern beside them flickers softly, casting warm patterns across the tatami floor. The grandmother pauses occasionally, letting the silence settle around them. The calm of the evening, filling the room with a sense of deep peace. She finishes the story with a gentle smile, her grandchildren resting their heads on cushions, their breaths slow and steady, the lantern light shimmering softly across their faces, guiding them toward sleep. A young apprentice finishes sweeping the walkway outside his home. The broom bristles whispering against the wooden planks. He places the broom bezideath door and steps inside. Sliding the paper screen closed, he sits beside his siblings. Accepting a small cup of warm broth, he sips slowly, feeling warmth settle into his chest. The lantern light flickers softly, casting gentle shadows across the room. He listens to the quiet conversation of his parents, their voices low and warm, the calm of the evening easing his tired mind. Preparing him for rest, he leans back slightly, letting the softness of firmament settle around him, the night embracing him with gentle calm. In another home, a father arranges small cushions near the hearth, placing each one with careful precision. He lights a small incense stick, its fragrance rising in delicate curls. Filling the room with a soothing scent, his family settles onto the cushions. Their bodies relaxed, their eyes heavy, the lantern light reflects softly off the wooden beams overhead, creating a warm glow that fills the room with comfort. The family breathes in unison, their presence calm and connected. The world outside fading into gentle silence, the night embracing them with quiet grace, guiding them toward rest, toward dreams, toward the soft unfolding of sleep. The streets now rest in complete hush, the lanterns glowing steadily, their warm light reflecting off the wooden walkways, the air cool and crisp, carrying the faint scent of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into deep stillness, each home wrapped in its own quiet rhythm, each family moving slowly toward rest. The final threads of evening weaving seamlessly into the soft fabric of night. The heart of Edo life revealed in every small tenderment. The town resting peacefully beneath the gentle glow of lantern light. The quiet of evening settling into every corner, guiding each person towards sleep, toward dreams, toward the gentle embrace of night. As the night settles even deeper, the lanterns glow with a softer steadiness, their warm light drifting gently across the wooden walkways and quiet rooftops. The air cool and calm, carrying faint traces of river mist and night blossoms. The world softened into a deeper stillness, each home resting in quiet harmony, each family wrapped in the gentle rhythms of sleep. The town breathing slowly beneath the soft glow of lantern light, the night embracing every corner with quiet grace. Inside one home, a mother adjusts the blanket of her sleeping child, her movements slow and tender. She watches the child's peaceful breathing. The Rizian falls steady and calm. She sits beside the cushion for a moment, letting the quiet of the room settle around her, the lantern light flickering softly, casting warm shadows across the tatami floor. She breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the night settle into her bones. She rises slowly, sliding the paper screen closed with a soft whisper. Sealing the room in gentle stillness, a father sits near the hearth, listening to the faint crackle of cooling embers, the warmth fading into a soft glow. He watches the lantern beside him, its light steady and warm, He breathes deeply, letting the quiet of the hour settle into his chest. He glances toward the window where the lanterns outside sway gently in the breeze, their glow reflecting off the wooden beams of nearby homes. He feels the calm of the night wrap around him, guiding his thoughts toward rest, his breath slow and steady, his presence peaceful. As the night settles deeper across the quiet town, the lanterns glow with a gentle steadiness, their warm light drifting softly across wooden walkways and rooftops. The air cool and calm, carrying faint traces of river mist and night blossoms. The world softened into a deeper stillness, each home resting in quiet harmony, each family wrapped in slow breathing and gentle dreams. The town lying beneath the soft glow of lantern light, embraced by the calm of darkness, held in the quiet rhythm of night. Inside one home, a mother sits beside the hearth, her hands resting lightly in her lap. She watches the fading embers glow with a warm orange hue, their light flickering softly across the tatami floor. She breathes deeply, letting the calm of the hour settle into her bones. She listens to the slow breathing of her sleeping children, their presence filling the room with acquiescent warmth. She rises slowly, adjusting a blanket with tender care, sliding the paper screen closed with a gentle motion, sealing the room in soft stillness. The lantern beside her shimmering faintly as she steps away. A father sits near the window, his gaze resting on the lanterns swaying lightly outside, their glow reflecting off the wooden beams of nearby homes. He listens to the faint rustle of leaves overhead, the distant murmur of neighbors settling into sleep, the soft creak of a wooden sign shifting in the breeze. He breathes deeply, letting the quiet of the night settle into his chest. He leans back slightly, his presence calm and steady. The world around him softened into peaceful silence, the night embracing him with gentle calm, guiding his thoughts toward rest. In another home, a young woman finishes brushing her hair, the wooden comb gliding smoothly through each strand. She places it beside a small-lacquered box. She lies down on her cushion, her body sinking into its softness, her breath slow and steady. The lantern beside her flickering gently, casting warm patterns across the room. She closes her eyes, letting the quiet of the night wrap around her like a soft blanket, guiding her toward dream shaped by the gentle rhythms of evening, her presence blending into the stillness of the hour. Outside the homes, the streets rest in near silence, the lanterns glowing like small islands of warmth in the gentle darkness, the air cool and crisp, carrying the faint scent of night blossoms drifting from nearby gardens. The world softened into deep stillness, each walkway empty, each rooftop quiet, each shadow resting in calm harmony. The town breathing slowly beneath the soft glow of lantern light, the night embracing all with quiet grace, guiding each soul toward deeper dreams and softer rest. The silence settling into every corner like a soft veil. A craftsman walks slowly along the path, his footsteps soft against the wooden planks. He has finished his work for the day, his tools stored neatly in his workshop. He breathes deeply, feeling the cool air brush lightly against his sleeves. He pauses to admire the lanterns swaying gently, their glow steady and warm. He continues toward his home, his presence blending into the quietish of night. The world around him softened into peaceful stillness, the lanterns guiding his way through the gentle darkness, the night holding him with calm and quiet grace. Along the river, the faint sound of flowing water drifts through the night, its gentle rhythm blending with the soft glow of lanterns reflecting across the surface, the ripples moving like slow breaths beneath the moonlight. A fisherman stands near his doorway, adjusting a small basin used earlier in the evening. He steps inside, sliding the paper screen closed, the warmth of his home greeting him with gentle familiarity. He sits beside his family. Accepting a small cup of warm tea, he sips slowly, feeling the calm of the night settle into his tired hands. the lantern light casting soft shadows across the room, guiding him toward rest, his breath slow and steady. In a home near the marketplace, a grandmother sits beside her sleeping grandchild, their breaths slow and steady, their bodies relaxed beneath soft blankets. She watches them with quiet affection, her presence calm and warm, the lantern beside her flickering softly. Casting gentle patterns across the tatami floor, she breathes deeply. Letting the quiet of the night settle around her, she rises slowly, sliding the paper screen closed with a soft whisper, sealing the room in peaceful stillness, the night embracing her with gentle calm, guiding her toward rest. A young apprentice finishes arranging his bedding. Smoothing the fabric with slow, deliberate motions, he sits beside a lantern, its glow reflecting softly in his eyes. He breathes deeply, letting the calm of the evening settle into his chest. He lies down on his cushion, his body sinking into its softness, his mind drifting toward rest, the lantern light flickering gently. Ash closes his eyes, the quiet of the room wrapping around him like a gentle embrace, guiding him toward sleep, his breath slow and steady, his presence blending into the stillness of the hour. In another home, a father lights a small incense stick, its fragrance arising in delicate curls, filling the room with a soothing scent. His family settles onto cushions near the hearth, their bodies relaxed, their breath slow, the lantern light reflecting softly off the wooden beams overhead, creating a warm glow that fills the room with comfort. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the night settle into his bones, the world outside fading into gentle silence, the night embracing them with quiet grace, guiding them toward rest and dreams, the quiet settling around them like a soft blanket. The streets now rest in complete hush, the lanterns glowing steadily, their warm light drifting across wooden walkways, the air cool and crisp, carrying faint traces of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into deep stillness, each home glowing softly from within, each family wrapped in the gentle rhythms of sleep, the final threads of evening weaving seamlessly into the soft fabric of night. The heart of Edo life revealed in every small, tender moment. The town resting peacefully beneath the gentle glow of lantern light. The night embracing all with calm and quiet grace, guiding each soul toward deeper dreams and softer rest. Asterisk, as the night settles even deeper across the quiet town, the lanterns glow with a softer steadiness, their warm light drifting gently across wooden walkways and rooftops. The air cool and calm, carrying faint trace of river mist and night blossoms. The world softened into a deeper stillness, each home resting in quiet harmony, each family wrapped in the gentle rhythms of sleep, the town breathingly beneath the soft glow of lantern light, the night embracing every corner with quiet grace, guiding each soul toward deeper rest and softer dreams. Asterisk, inside one home, a mother rises from her place beside the hearth, her movements slow and tender. She adjusts a blanket over her sleeping children, their breaths steady and peaceful. She watches them for a moment, letting the quiet of the hour settle into her bones, the lantern beside her flickering softly, casting warm patterns across the tatami floor. She slides the paper screen closed with a gentle motion, sealing the room in complete stillness, the quiet wrapping around her like a soft veil of night. Asterisk, a father sits near the window, his gaze resting on the lanterns outside, their glow now softer than before, swaying lightly in the faintest breeze. He listens to the distant rustle of leaves overhead, the quiet murmur of night insects hidden among the gardens, the soft creak of a wooden sign shifting in the darkness. He breathes deeply, letting the calm of the hour settle into his chest. He leans back slightly, his presence steady and peaceful. The world around him softened into deep silence, the night embracing him with gentle calm, guiding his thoughts toward rest. Outside the homes, the streets rest in complete hush, the lanterns glowing like fading embers in the gentle darkness. Their light barely touching the edges of wooden walkways, the air cool and crisp, carrying faint traces of river water and night blossoms drifting from nearby gardens. The world softened into deep stillness. Each walkway empty, each rooftop quiet, each shadow resting in calm harmony. The town breathing slowly beneath the soft glow of lantern light. The night embracing all with quiet grace, guiding each soul toward deeper dreams and softer rest. Along the river, the faint sound of flowing water drifts through the night, its gentle rhythm blending with the dim glow of lanterns reflecting across the surface. The ripples moving like slow breaths beneath the moonlight. A fisherman rests inside his home, his tools stored neatly, his basin cleaned and placed beside the door. He sits in quiet stillness, his breath slow and steady, the lantern light casting soft shadows across the room, guiding him toward rest, his presence blending into the calm of the hour, the night embracing him with gentle peace. In a home near the marketplace, a grandmother rises from her place beside her sleeping grandchildren, their breaths slow and steady, their bodies relaxed beneath soft blankets. She watches them with quiet affection, her presence calm and warm, the lantern beside her flickering softly. Casting gentle patterns across the tatami floor, she breathes deeply, letting the quiet of the night settle around her. She slides the paper screen closed with a soft whisper, sealing the room in peaceful stillness, the night embracing her with gentle calm. Guiding her toward rest, the streets now lie in profound hush, the lanterns glowing steadily, their warm light drifting across wooden walkways, the air cool and crisp, carrying faint traces of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into deep stillness, each home glowing softly from within, each family wrapped in the gentle rhythms of sleep. As the night settles into its deepest quiet, the lanterns dim into a soft amber haze, their glow drifting gently across the curved rooftops and narrow wooden bridges. The air cool and still, carrying faint traces of pine resin and distant river spray. The world resting in a deeper calm, each home wrapped in slow breathing and quiet dreams. Each garden held in the hush of unmoving branches. The town lying beneath the lantern glow like a resting spirit embraced by silence. The darkness settling gently across every corner with quiet grace. In a small workshop near the edge of the town, a potter finishes shaping a final bowl, his hands moving slowly across the smooth clay, the lantern beside him casting a warm shimmer across the half-finished vessels lined neatly along the shelves. He breathes deeply, feeling the cool night air drift through the open doorway. He sets the bowl aside, covering it with a cloth. He steps outside, sliding the wooden door closed, the quiet of the night settling around him like a soft cloak, guiding him toward rest. Across the town, a gardener kneels beside a row of night blooming flowers, their pale petals glowing faintly beneath the lantern light. She brushes a fallen leaf from the soil, her movements slow and gentle. She listens to the faint hum of insects hidden among the stems. She breathes deeply, letting the calm of the hour settle into her chest. She rises slowly, gathering her tools. She walks toward her home, the lanterns swaying lightly above her, their glow reflecting across the polished stones of the garden path. The night embracing her with quiet warmth. Near the river, a boatmaker stands beside a half-finished vessel resting in wooden supports, the curved frame catching the lantern glow in soft arcs. He runs his hand along the smooth edge, feeling the cool grain beneath his fingertips. He breathes deeply, listening to the distant rush of water against the riverbank. He steps back, admiring the shape. He extinguishes the lantern hanging from a beam, its light fading into the darkness. He walks toward his home, the night guiding him with gentle patience, each step carrying him deeper into rest. In a quiet home near the outskirts, An elderly woman sits beside a woven basket filled with dried herbs. Their faint fragrance rising into the air shushes them with slow, deliberate motions. Her hands moving lightly across the brittle leaves, the lantern beside her flickering softly, casting warm patterns across the tatami floor. She breathes deeply, letting the calm of the night settle around her. She ties the herbs into small bundles, placing them neatly into the basket. She rises slowly, sliding the paper screen closed, the room settling into soft stillness. Across the rooftops, a pair of cats move silently, their paws gliding across the wooden beams, their silhouettes drifting through the lantern glow. They pause to listen to the faint rustle of leaves below, their tails swaying gently in the cool air. They leap lightly to the next roof, disappearing into shadows, the night holding them with quiet grace, their movements blending into the stillness of the hour. Along a narrow alley, a calligrapher rinses his brush in a small basin, the water shimmering beneath the lantern light. He places the brush beside a sheet of drying paper, the ink forming delicate strokes across the surface. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the night settle into his hands. He rolls paper gently, tying it with a thin cord. He extinguishes the lantern, its glow fading into the darkness. He steps outside, closing the door behind him, the night guiding him toward rest. Near a quiet courtyard, a musician sits beside a stringed instrument, its polished wood reflecting the lantern glow. He plucks a single note, the sound drifting softly into the night air. He listens to its fading echo. He breathes deeply. Placing the instrument gently into its cloth wrapping, he ties the fabric with careful hands. He rises slowly, sliding the screen closed, the courtyard settling into silence, the night embracing him with gentle calm. In a home overlooking the river, a painter sits beside a half-finished scroll, the lantern light shimmering across the ink strokes. She studies the flowing lines, her breath slow and steady. She dips her brush lightly into ink, adding a final curve to the scene. She sets the brush aside, letting the scroll rest. She closes the screen with a soft motion, the room settling into quiet stillness, the night guiding her toward sleep. Across the town, the streets lie in complete hush, the lanterns glowing like fading embers in the gentle darkness, their light drifting across wooden walkways and quiet rooftops. The air cool and crisp, carrying faint traces of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into deep stillness, each workshop quiet, each garden resting, each rooftop holding the soft weight of night. The town breathing slowly beneath the lantern glow, the night embracing with quiet grace, guiding each soul toward deeper dreams and softer rest. The silence settling into every corner like a soft blanket of tranquility. As the night drifts further across the quiet town, the lanterns fade into a deeper amber glow, their light settling gently across curved rooftops and narrow stone paths. The air cool and still, carrying faint traces of cedar wood and distant mountain wind. The world resting in a deeper calm, each home wrapped in slow breathing and quiet dreams. Each courtyard held in the hush of unmoving branches. The town lying beneath the lantern glow like a resting spirit embraced by silence. The darkness settling softly across every corner with quiet grace. Near the old shrine, a caretaker sweeps fallen petals from the stone steps, the broom gliding slowly across the cool surface, the lantern beside him casting a warm shimmer across the carved wooden beams. He breathes deeply, listening to the faint rustle of distant bamboo. He gathers the petals into a small pile, placing them gently into a woven basket. He steps back, admiring the stillness of the shrine. He extinguishes the lantern hanging from the gate, its glow fading into the night. He walks toward his home, the quiet guiding him with gentle patience. Across the town, a woman tends to a row of drying fabrics hung beneath a wooden awning. the cloth swaying lightly in the cool night air. Their colors meted beneath the lantern glow. She smooths the edges with careful hands. Her movements slow and deliberate. She breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the hour settle into her chest. She gathers the fabrics, folding them neatly. She steps inside, sliding the screen closed, the room settling into soft stillness. The night holding her with quiet warmth. Near a small bridge, a lantern maker sits beside a collection of wooden frames, each one shaped with delicate curves. He wraps thin paper around Thethra, his hands moving with practiced ease, the lantern beside him flickering softly. Casting warm patterns across the unfinished pieces, he breathes deeply. Letting the calm of the night settle into his fingers, he ties the final knot. Setting the lantern aside, he rises slowly. Placing his tools into a small box, he walks toward his home, the night guiding him with gentle calm. Along the riverbank, a fisherman checks the ropes tied to a moored boat, the water shimmering beneath the lantern glow. He listens to the soft lapping off waves against the wooden hull. He breathes deeply, feeling the cool air drift across his sleeves. He coils the rope neatly, placing it beside a wooden crate. He steps onto the river path, the lanterns reflecting across the water in long wavering lines, the night embracing him with quiet grace, guiding him toward rest. In a quiet home near the center of town, a seamstress sits beside a loadable, her hands moving lightly across a piece of cloth embroidered with delicate patterns. The lantern beside her casting a warm glow across the threads. She breathes deeply, letting the calm of the hour settle into her bones. She places the cloth into a small wooden box, closing the lid with gentle care. She rises slowly, sliding the screen closed, the room settling into soft silence, the night holding her with gentle stillness. Across the rooftops, a pair of sparrows hop lightly along the wooden beams, their small forms drifting through the lantern glow. They pause to listen to the faint hum of insects hidden among the gardens, their feathers ruffling softly in the cool air. They leap to a nearby branch, disappearing into the shadows, the night holding them with quiet grace, their movements melding into the stillness of the hour. Near a quiet courtyard, a sculptor rinses his hands in a shallow basin, the water shimmering beneath the lantern light. He studies a small stone figure resting on a wooden stand, its surface smooth and pale beneath the glow. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the night settle into his chest. He covers the sculpture with a cloth. Tying it gently, he extinguishes the lantern, its light fading into the darkness. He steps outside, closing the door behind him, the night guiding him toward rest. In a home overlooking a narrow canal, a weaver sits beside a loom, the threads stretched in long, delicate lines, the lantern light shimmering across woven patterns. She moves the shuttle with slow, steady motions, her breath calm and even. She finishes the final row. Placing the shuttle aside, she covers the loom with a cloth, sliding the screen closed, the room settling into quiet stillness, the night guiding her toward sleep. Across the town, the streets lie in complete hush, the lanterns glowing like fading embers in the gentle darkness, their light drifting across wooden walkways and quiet rooftops. The air cool and crisp, carrying faint traces of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into deep stillness, each workshop quiet, each garden resting, each rooftop holding the soft weight of night. The town breathing slowly beneath the lantern glow, the night embracing with quiet grace. As the night reaches its deepest stillness, the lanterns dim into a muted amber glow, their light drifting softly across the curved rooftops and quiet courtyards. The air cool and unmoving, carrying faint traces of moss and distant mountain wind. The world resting in a profound calm, each home wrapped in slow breathing and gentle dreams. Each workshop silent beneath the weight of night. the town lying beneath the lantern glow like a resting spirit embraced by silence. The darkness settling gently across every corner with quiet grace, guiding all toward the final softness of rest. Near the old watermill, a miller finishes brushing flour from a wooden nibble. The lantern beside him casting a warm shimmer across the worn beams. He breathes deeply, listening to the faint creak of the mill wheel turning slowly in the river current. He places his tools neatly into a small chest. Sliding the lid closed with careful hands, he steps outside, the cool air brushing lightly against his sleeves. He extinguishes the lantern hanging from theaterway. Its glow fading into the night, he walks toward his home, the quiet guiding him with gentle patience. Across the town, a basket maker sits beside a half-woven frame, the reeds bending softly beneath her fingers, the lantern light shimmering across the curved strands. She breathes deeply, letting the calm of the hour settle into her chest. She ties the final knot, placing the basket beside a row of finished pieces. She rises slowly, stretching her hands. She slides the screen closed, the room settling into soft stillness, the night holding her with quiet warmth, guiding her toward rest. Near a narrow canal, a lantern glows beside a row of drying inkstones, their surfaces reflecting the soft amber light. A craftsman rinses his hands on a shallow basin, the water shimmering beneath the glow. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the night settle into his bones. He covers the inkstones with a cloth. Tying it gently, he extinguishes the lantern, its light fading into darkness. He steps outside, closing the door behind him, the night guiding him towards sleep. In a quiet home near the outskirts, a healer sorts through bundles offering roots and leaves, their faint fragrance rising into the air. She arranges them into small packets, her movements slow and deliberate. The lantern beside her, flickering softly, casting warm patterns across the tatami floor. She breathes deeply, letting the quiet of the hour settle around her. She ties the packets with thin twine, placing them neatly into a wooden box. She slides the screen closed, the room settling into gentle silence, the night embracing her with calm and quiet grace. Across the rooftops, an owl glides silently, its wings drifting through the lantern glow. It pauses upon a wooden beam, listening to the faint hum of insects hidden among the gardens, its feathers ruffling softly in the cool air. It lifts into the sky, disappearing into the shadows, the night holding it with quiet grace, its movement blending into the stillness of the hour. Near a quiet courtyard, a woodcarver studies a small figurine resting on a low table, the lantern light shimmering across the carved lines. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the night settle into his chest. He wraps the figurine in a cloth. Tying it gently, he extinguishes the lantern, its glow fading into the darkness. He steps outside, closing the door behind him, the night guiding him toward rest, each step carrying him deeper into quiet surrender. In a home overlooking the river, a tea grower sits beside a tray of freshly dried leaves, their faint aroma rising into the air. She moves them gently into a small jar, her hands steady and calm, the lantern beside her casting warm patterns across the wooden shelves. She breathes deeply, letting the quiet of the hour settle into her bones. She places the jar beside others, sliding the screen closed, the room settling into soft stillness, and night guiding her toward sleep. Across the town, the streets lie in complete hush, the lanterns glowing like fading embers in the gentle darkness, their light drifting across wooden walkways and quiet rooftops, the air cool and crisp, carrying faint traces of river water and night blossoms. The world softened into deep stillness, each workshop quiet, each courtyard resting, each rooftop holding the soft weight of night. The town breathing slowly beneath the lantern glow, the night embracing her with quiet grace. guiding each soul toward deeper dreams and softer rest. The silence settling into every corner like a soft blanket of tranquility. Near the central square, a storyteller closes a wooden chest filled with scrolls, the lantern beside him flickering softly. Casting warm patterns across the woven mat, he breathes deeply. Feeling the calm of the night settle into his chest, he ties the chest with a thin rope. Lifting it gently, he steps outside, sliding the door closed, the quiet settling around him like a soft veil, the night guiding him toward rest. His footsteps blending into the stillness of the hour. Along the riverbank, the water moves in slow shimmering lines. The lanterns reflecting across its surface in gentle waves. The air cool and still, carrying faint traces of pine and distant mountain mist. The world softened into deep silence, each ripple drifting toward the far shore with quiet grace. The night embracing the river with calm patience, guiding its flow toward the soft unfolding of dawn. Across the town, the final breaths of night settle into every corner. The lanterns dimming into a soft amber haze, their glow fading gently across rooftops and walkways. The air cool and unmoving, carrying only the faint hum of distant insects. The world resting in complete stillness, each home wrapped in the gentle rhythms of sleep. Each workshop quiet beneath the weight of night. The town lying peacefully beneath the quiet cradle of darkness. The night embracing all with calm and quiet grace, guiding each soul toward the deepest softness of dreams. The world breathing slowly beneath the moonlit sky, held gently in the stillness of night. As the final breath of night settles across the quiet town, the lanterns fade into a gentle amber haze, their glow drifting softly across curved rooftops and still courtyards. The air cool and unmoving, carrying faint traces of cedar bark and distant mountain mist. The world resting in complete calm, each home wrapped in slow breathing and quiet dreams. Each workshop silent beneath the weight of darkness. The town lying beneath the lantern glow like a resting spirit embraced by silence. The night settling softly across every corner with quiet grace. Near the old granary, a farmer closes a wooden gate. The hinges creaking softly in the cool air, he breathes deeply. Listening to the faint rustle of straw inside the storage room, he ties a final knot around a bundle resting near the doorway. The lantern beside him flickering gently, casting warm patterns across the worn beams. He steps back, admiring the stillness of the granary. He extinguishes the lantern. Its glow fading into the night, he walks toward his home, the quiet guiding him with gentle patience. Across the town, a papermaker rinses a wooden frame in a shallow basin. The water shimmering beneath the lantern light, she lifts the frame carefully. Letting droplets fall in slow shimmering lines, she breathes deeply. Feeling the calm of the hour settle into her chest. She places the frame beside others resting on a low shelf. She slides the screen closed, the room settling into soft stillness. The night holding her with quiet warmth, guiding her toward rest. Near a narrow footpath, a gardener gathers fallen pine needles into a small basket. Their faint scent rising into the cool air, she moves with slow deliberate motions, her hands brushing lightly across the ground. The lantern beside her casting warm patterns across the stones. She breathes deeply, letting the quiet of the hour settle around her. She carries the basket toward her home, the night embracing her with gentle calm, guiding her toward sleep. Along the riverbank, the water moves in slow shimmering waves, the lanterns reflecting across its surface in long wavering lines. The air cool and crisp, carrying faint traces of moss and distant mountain wind. The world softened into deep silence, each ripple drifting toward the far shore with quiet grace. The night embracing the river with calm patience, guiding its flow toward the soft unfolding of dawn. In a quiet home near the outskirts, a potter places a row of finish-head bowls onto a wooden shelf. their smooth surfaces glowing faintly beneath the lantern light. He breathes deeply, feeling the calm of the night settle into his bones. He covers the bowls with a cloth. Tying it gently, he slides the screen closed. The room settling into gentle silence, the night guiding him toward rest, each step carrying him deeper into quiet surrender. Across the rooftops, a single crane glides silently. Its wings drifting through the lantern glow, it pauses upon a wooden beam, listening to the faint hum of insects hidden among the gardens, its feathers ruffling softly in the cool air. It lifts into the sky, disappearing into the shadows, the night holding it with quiet grace, its movement blending into the stillness of the hour. Across the town, the final threads of night settle into every corner, the lanterns dimming into a soft amber haze, their glow fading gently across rooftops and walkways. The air cool and unmoving, carrying only the faint hum of distant insects. The world resting in complete stillness, each home wrapped in the gentle rhythms of sleep, each workshop quiet beneath the weight of night, the town lying peacefully beneath the quiet cradle of darkness, the night embracing all with calm and quiet grace, guiding each soul toward the deepest softness of dreams, the world breathing slowly beneath the moonlit sky, held gently in the stillness of night.